Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Enigmatica 2 Expert Mode Season 2. I have done some work on livestream and as well off camera, but the live streams I do on twitch.tv/Fikibreaker, so you should go follow me there to get notified of when I go live next, which could be possibly today, but only possibly after the video comes out today. So let's just go check out what I've been doing on the streams and on off-camera stuff. So as you can see, we started doing some decorating with some leaves and some texturization with some orange terracotta, some red sand, and also some regular red sandstone. And now that I'm looking at everything here, it is looking really nice. And I don't know if we need a stronger texture to match with this or if this decorating is okay. So I will wait for your feedback in the comments. So let me know if this look is looking good or if we should add another maybe harsher texture to contrast the entire oranginess. We have the yellow on the floor, so we could be doing some sort of yellowy thing in the walls as well, but I don't know. For the moment, I'll leave it as is, and I am liking it already, but maybe we could make it even better. So down here we have everything also decorated on the inside. I changed the jaspers over to the terracottas and the sandstone and all that good stuff. And down here, I added the spruce planks instead of the terracotta shingles that I had before these guys. So everything else here is decorated as well. We might need a bit more leafage and stuff in the walls too, but for the moment, I think it's fine. And then up here, I have started opening up some rooms for the future expansion. So we're gonna go make a sharp turn, go above where we have our power gen, and then just go over here, and we can put another room of something up there. That could be really cool. And then we can also expand, let's say, this early direction and that early direction. We don't really have much space going upwards, so we can only do like smaller rooms kind of like these, where we go just a tiny bit up, but mostly we're gonna be going downwards. So over here, I have started to make a smaller pathway going down here and making this room. So I don't know if it's too much with the whole trapdoors and stairs and all that. And again, let me know down in the comments if you like this or if it's too much. But I think I'm okay with it. I might get used to it, but this is kind of like a drawer room. So we have a 5x5 area with the drawers, which I've taken the corners out. So it's basically a 3x5 and an extra 6 drawers on each one of these. And this I think will be enough drawers for what we need, but I'm gonna leave this wall blank. We can just place some spruce planks or something in the wall, and it's gonna be there for future expansion, so we can set up another layer of these drawers, or if we just have enough items for, let's say, one of these, we can then take those, move them into this wall, and then put in another 2 layers of compacting drawers. But I think this is gonna be plenty because this is 25 minus 4, so it's 21 drawers here, 21 here, that's 42, and then another 42 there, so that's 82 drawers, which we have 81 ingots for the ultimate ingot that we need to make, but not all of those need to be in compacting drawers, and not all of those we need to have an insane amount of, so I think it should be fine. But yeah, that is a kind of a drawer room, and this time around, I want to just keep everything in this drawer room. So most of the stuff that we're going to automate, and if not all of the stuff that we're going to automate, we're going to store here in the drawers. And where we have machines inside of the base, making us all of the different automated things that we need to do. For example, if we take, where did my smelting factory go? Or that, it's my infusing thing. Where did I put that? Because I was recording a clip before and I don't know where I put it. Anyway, we'll find out later. But for example, last time around, I had the drawer for the input items, and then I had the drawer for the output items on the side. And then we put in the items there, it got processed, and we stored items there. And we put a storage bus here and an export bus here, and then like a redstone level emitter to control the machine, which I still want to do the control on the machine because that I think is really cool. But for the extract of the items, we're going to use item conduits, and then we're going to run the item conduits into an interface which is gonna just automatically import items into the system without the need of any acceleration cards or anything. And I think it's gonna be less laggy than having all of the storage buses and all of the importers and exporters or import-export buses all around the place. And I think that will be much better for the game and also make this world last, hopefully, until the end of Enigmatica 2. So yeah, for today, what I want to do is I want to automate some applied energistics stuff. We need to get some processors going. We need to get some chart certas going. So a lot of things need to be automated. So before we move all of the drawers in here, which I think can happen on live stream, we can just move everything around, set up a storage bus and all that, and then just move everything from there down to here. But this time around, I'm gonna go here into this room that we've made up on top. I'm not gonna worry about decorating the pathway going up here. I just wanna get the room going and start getting automation in. So I'm gonna set up some sort of space and I'm gonna figure out what all we need to automate with applied energistics, from applied energistics. So like charge certas, fluix crystals, and etc. and processors and all that. And I will set up the machines that we need. And then we can start one by one automating them and getting them ready. So we have pretty much a room complete with placeholders for everything. So nothing is connected. As you can see, we just have blocks behind it. And we have a crusher that's going to turn fluix crystals into fluix dust. And then we have Certus quartz crystal turned into Certus quartz dust, nether quartz dust. And then on the other side, we have nether quartz being turned into pure nether quartz crystals, which is a recipe that I have to check if I can add, because both of these recipes, if you look at the pure crystals, you can toss the fluix seed in the water and let it grow. That's going to take forever. This is also slow plus inaccessible right now because we need machine frames. So the enrichment chamber is a simple solution. It just uses power. We could also be using the crystal growth chamber, but this can be upgraded into a factory and it can just do fine. So this guy can take fluix dust, grow it into pure fluix crystals, grow it into pure fluix, and fluix seeds, which require a crafting recipe with sand and fluix dust, so another step to get pure fluix. And Certus, same thing, seed, dust, and Certus quartz. Nether quartz, just the seed. Why is that? I don't know. So I will see if I can figure out how to add a crafting recipe for this. I might have to check how recipes are added in modded. If it's any similar to vanilla, then I can get around it. But if not, we'll just figure it out with the seed and all that. But for the moment, I think this is just going to be a placeholder. We don't really need pure nether quartz crystals right off the bat for a lot of things, so I think it should be good. And then over here on these walls, we're going to have 1 and 2 making us printed silicon, which is, I think, going to be enough for what we need, because as soon as these complete crafting the amount of that we need, we should have a backlog of silicon in the system. And we can just set these guys to turn on and off depending on how much silicon is in the system. So here we're going to turn gold into the printed logic circuits. We're going to turn pure certus into the printed calculation circuits. We're going to turn diamonds into the printed engineering circuit. And I need to grab the inscriber that I have at the base, and that's going to fill that last slot. And then on the other side, we're just going to turn those printed bits into the processors. So the logic, the calculation, and the engineering. And then over here on the left, we're going to turn Certus quartz using the charger into charged Certus quartz crystals. And here is a placeholder again. We're going to turn ender pearls into ender dust as soon as we get access to a pulverizer. And here we're going to exchange this for an energetic infuser once we get there as well, because that is going to be a faster machine than this one. But for the moment, it is going to look like this. And on the outside here, we are very close to the actual wall of the outside. So we at least have kind of like a bearing. You can see where I kind of filled it in, and we need to just go out a bit more and fill it in upwards, which I'm gonna do on live stream, I think. So that's gonna be one project for that, because right here you can see that it's been man-made. But even if we just break that up, and maybe this one might have spruce behind it. No, even just that helps it quite a bit, and makes it not too much man-made, but it does work, and it is doing good things. So for this to function, we need to bring 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 items need to be put into here with interfaces. So that's going to be 2 total interfaces. 1 per side is going to be enough, I think. Actually, here we need double nether quartz, double certus quartz, and double fluix. So that's just 3 items. And then we need gold, those 4, so that's 7, 8, 9. 1 interface will actually be enough. Oh, that's cool. So we can just put it kind of like somewhere here in the middle on the bottom, and then use conduits to extract everything to its corresponding location. And that will be actually pretty amazing. Sweet. Okay, that will be really cool. So I'm going to go make some stuff. I'm going to run some conduits behind. We're also going to need to bring power to here, which I don't know if I want to just use one of these for the time being, or maybe we can progress towards getting some power cells. That I think sounds like also a doable thing, because we only need to get to the machine frame, which is the machine case, which we have made. The dry rubber we can make, pink slime we have, heat vents, just a crafting recipe, and gold gears. So we can easily get to the machine frame. So I think I'll make a couple, prepare at least a couple recipes for this. We can get into some power cells and we can start moving power wirelessly around the base. I have prepared a couple of recipes for the machine frames, so let's see how many I can make. 18. Okay, so that we're missing the machine cases. Okay, but that's fine. So that's RF tools unlocked. And we get a quest in gates. We can go here. And we can get a power cell, an energy cell, or an advanced energy cube. I don't really need the advanced energy cube, so I'll just take the power cell, because it's just gonna get us started. There we go. Sure. Did we unlock any more RF tools quests? Do we have our RF tools thing, right? So if we collect this, we get a smart wrench and the manuals, and then we have a dimlet parcel. So we have a loot chest, and then anything else we haven't really completed. I think it should give us the power cell too, or do we have to make? We have to make power cell cards. So let's see. Power cell card is just paper and gold. That's a stack. Wonderful. That's done. That's going to complete this quest too, so we can claim another loot chest. Awesome. And let's see what we get. Boom, TNT. And boom, blueberry pancakes. I think we already ate those. Yeah. So those can go into the trash can. And the TNT we can convert into more of the other TNT that I've been using to dig out the stuffs. So here, do we have the manuals for RF tools? Yeah, looks like we have all the manuals. So we can toss those in there, or put the smart wrench in here. We don't need the binder or the hammer on us as of right now. And yeah, that is nice. So now I have to make a few more power cells, which I think I have everything ready. There we go. So that's going to be 2 for the moment. And what we basically are going to do here, since we don't have a capacitor bank, we're basically using the generator as its own capacitor bank, because it has 250 million RF stored inside. So I think what we can do is just come over here. What is the extraction rate on this? 128,000 RF per tick. I don't think anything is going to require more than that. So we're going to go here. We're going to remove this for the moment. Put the power cell on top. And then we're going to just do this. And we're going to put these in here to link. How does one link these? I totally forgot how to use these. So, oh, wait, okay. If we right click it in, link ID 2. And then we link ID them to 2. I don't know why it skipped the 1, but that's fine. So that's linked. Okay, and then you unlink it. And then and then it's gonna do a link ID 3. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So hold on. We're gonna put this one in here. And then we can link this to ID 2 and then it can stack. Okay, why are you not getting power? Because set all sides to input energy. There we go. Okay, so we can then take this power cell and we can come over here to our ME system that is currently offline. And apparently I can't get inside. We're just gonna put it right here for the moment. We don't need this basic energy crystal anymore. And we're gonna say this. So you now have power. We can set all the sides to output. And there we go. We should have apply energistics power. And this holds a bunch of RF too, which is amazing. So that it should be everything connected and you're still producing power. and slowly draining. Sweet. Okay. You also finished and made me 13,000 red sandstone. I haven't filled this drawer just yet, but that is all good. So now that we have the couple power cells, let's make another one. We have the machine frames on us anyway. And we're going to bring this guy over to this side. And we need to run cables in the back of all of these. So let's get at least a 2 wide gap behind all of these machines. And the only exception is going to be the machines at the end, because we're really close to the outside. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. So we're going to just block this off like so. It's going to make a bit of a weird lighting glitch. Do I have my torch launcher somewhere? I tossed it in here. There we go. So we can put just some lighting back here. I think we have another thingy. Yeah, one more is there, and this is really just the outside. Okay, so we can work with this. That's going to be fine. I think I grabbed the inscriber too, so that is cool. So here we're going to have item conduits. And we can just use filters, I think, is going to be easiest for setting this up. I'm going to break these because I need to configure the machines first. But at least for getting power, we're going to run cables all the way over to the edge here. And we could have one power cell on one side and one on the other, but I think it's going to be best if we just run the cable under the floor here, I think will be easiest. So if we go like so, and then we come back out on the back here, and we need another 2 wide gap for access to our machines. So let's do a little bit like this. We're going to put a torch so people can see stuff. So that should be the last inscriber there. Okay. We're going to put another torch and we can run power. Actually, these inscribers need AE power. So that's not going to be a thing. So we just need power for these guys, which is fine. We're going to bring an AE cable up here as well. So we only need power over here. And we can then come like so, and then just bring it down and around. So we're going to do a number like this. We're actually going to bring it down to here just so we don't have to use facades. And that'll be a bit better. So like so, bring it up and over to this. And we don't really need the power cables right here because the advanced subscribers don't need RF power. They need AE power. So we can remove this cable too. Okay, sweet. So that is all the machines connected. We need to connect this guy to AE power, and eventually it's going to need RF power as well. And this guy is going to need RF power too. So we kind of need to run a cable there. So we can probably easiestly, that's a word that I invented just now, do that like here. And what we're going to do is here we're going to use some facades because we're going to just run this for the future. And we're just going to run it like so. And like so. And that should connect to both machines, and we're just going to cover it up with some facades for the time being, because this guy is going to require AE power, and here we're not going to have a machine until we get to thermal expansion. So that should be fine. We're going to place one of those there just so we can hide it up. And I'm going to build the floor eventually anyway. So that is all of it connected, and I need to bring in an interface, and we need to bring in a cable, and the interface I think should just come over here. And then we're going to bring a conduit going all the way around to here and all the way around to here, and as well up to this place over here. So like so. And this, and this, and this, and this. And we can insert into the charger here and extract on the same spot. I think that will work. Okay, and the next thing that is going to be needed is AE connections over here. So I could be just using a wireless thing, but what we can do is probably just grab some sort of this cable that is right under here somewhere and bring it over here to the side and under and over. So I'm going to have to run that off camera because otherwise we're just going to be here for 3 days. So let me do that and hopefully get everything connected that we need to. So a lot more of the cabling work has been put in. I actually needed to move the P2P tunnel back a little bit because I needed level emitters on these machines, and pretty much level emitters are going to be added to these machines as well. These guys are also going to need AE power, so I'm going to have to figure out if we want to put level emitters, just like one cable here, 2 level emitters on the side, 1 cable here, 2 level emitters on the side. I think that could work very nicely, but I have 2 machines currently running. This guy is making pure Certus quartz crystals, and this guy is making Certus quartz dust. It is not being extracted into the system whatsoever, but just to show you the idea of how it's going to work, we're going to have an ME interface here with Certus quartz crystal always being provided. So if I grab a stack, I can toss it away. I don't know, since we're going to have 9 items, if we can insert back into the ME interface. We might need to have another ME interface to insert stuff back into the system. If we wanted to, probably we could just insert it through an ender chest, and then that way it splits it off from the ME system and goes directly into the drawers, and that way we limit the processing power of the applied energistics, so it doesn't have to process all of the calculations of inserting items into the corresponding storage bus and storage drawer. We can just use an ender chest. That could also be a thing, and we can just slap the ender chest somewhere here next to this conduit. We can probably put it here or somewhere in the back, which I think is fine. I think that actually sounds like a better idea. So for the moment, these are just going to make a stack, and then they're going to stop because they have nowhere to put it. And I can just configure the rest of these. So for example, nether quartz, we don't have an automatic system to do just yet. So I'm going to hold off on those, and I'm going to pretty much automate everything that we can that we're currently producing resources for. So for example, gold and diamonds. Silicon, we aren't producing just yet, so we need to set that up as well. We just need a material stoneworks factory somewhere producing us silicon and putting it into an ender chest and going into the drawers. I think that could be neat. We could just put it behind the drawer that it's being put into. That could also be a thing. But yeah, this is kind of how the system is starting to take shape, and it's a lot of cabling, a lot of wires. It is not really dire wire, but it's semi decent, I guess. I think before we can continue on setting up stuff over here, we need to move the drawers over to our storage system. So I'm going to do that on live stream, and we're going to end the episode off pretty much here because we need materials right over here so we can start putting everything else into the drawers, and we can get a little bit more organized so we don't have the storage split in 2 spots. And the sieves for the moment are still going to stay there because they can be still linked up somehow. If we move these drawers, we're gonna have to move the entire thing of the sieves. Well, I might wait on moving the drawers that are up here that are storing everything from our sieves, and we can move the rest of the stuff over, but we'll figure it out on stream. We might even just set up the sieves somewhere down there for a temporary spot, or maybe we'll figure it out with an ender chest. That could also work, I think. So with that, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'm hoping you enjoyed today's episode. And if you did, make sure to hit the like button. You can also subscribe to see new videos. You can support me on Patreon as well if you want. And I will see you all in the next episode. Have a great one. Bye-bye.